Human personality includes the Sephiroth Netzach, Hod, Yesod and Malkuth. Netzach is the highest sphere of human personality. It is the sphere of creativity, desires and feelings. Creativity. Netzach correlates to the right creative side of the brain, as opposed to the intellectual cognitive side which Hod rules. Postmodern societies encourage intelligence because we need intelligence for work and solve problems, of which we have so many. Creativity, on the other hand, is not that much in demand. Schools don't teach much creativity, and companies don't necessarily encourage their employees to be creative. And it's hard to make a living as an artist. Creativity is not connected to IQ. Creativity is an independent skill. A study by Getzels and Jackson shows that high IQ and high levels of creativity tend to be mutually exclusive. People either excel with the left or right side of the brain. There are two basic types of creativity. The first is intuitional creativity, the second is combinational creativity. Intuitional creativity picks up inspirations from Tifereth and turns them into creative ideas. Kether of Netzach does that. Combinational creativity combines old ideas into new ones. In both cases, creativity takes a creative idea and turns it into a concept, like turning the idea of a book into a plot, or turning a business idea into a business concept. Hod, intelligence, takes creative concepts and comes up with a plan. For instance, it turns a plot into a story outline or a business concept into a business plan. Intelligence can't be creative. Intelligence always needs a creative idea or concept to work with. Let me give you an example. Tifereth inspirations are abstract and take on the form of an intentional idea. For example, the intention to talk to a person far away. Netzach turns that intentional idea into the concept of a telephone. Hod then does all the research planning and enters into the trial and error phase, which leads to the invention of the telephone. Mind the difference between art and craft. A musician is not an artist, he is a craftsman. A composer is an artist. A composer brings something new into this world that wasn't there before. The Tree of Life shows what creativity is really about. Have a look at this picture. As mentioned, Netzach picks up Tifereth inspirations and turns them into creative ideas and concepts. Hence, the path between Tifereth and Netzach reveals the nature of creativity. The path that connects Tifereth and Netzach is the 24th path, which has the traditional title Death. That title is a blind. This tarot card has also the title Imaginative Intelligence. Imagination turns inspirations into creative ideas. Being creative means being imaginative. That's why we call creative people visionary. On a side note, death stands for transformation. In this universe, things don't disappear. They transform. Death is an illusion. Creativity and transformation go together. Whenever we create something new, we transform the status quo. Creativity is always transformational. No innovation without disruption. Feelings. Netzach is also the sphere of feelings. Feelings constitute our creative energy. A work of art which isn't based on feelings isn't art at all. Paul Cézanne. Mind that feelings and emotions are different. The body produces emotions as a response to experiences. Our body conjures fear or aggression in case of danger, arousal in case we meet a potential mate, and excitement in case we come across something desirable. Feelings, on the other hand, come from the heart or soul. Love, a sense of beauty, a sense of purpose, and happiness are feelings. We can't control emotions. They come and go. But you can choose to feel. You can choose to be happy, and we love by an act of will. And if we set our heart on loving someone, nobody can stop us. Art must be an expression of love, or it is nothing. Marc Chagall. We can and should cultivate feelings at the expense of emotions. We cultivate feelings through art. Stories, paintings and music bring feelings out in people. We also cultivate feelings in relationships. Yes, a relationship is a piece of art. And we cultivate feelings through rituals. A wedding is a ritual that cultivates love. Christmas is a ritual that cultivates peace. Birthdays cultivate gratitude for having a family member. In the context of enlightenment, the cultivation of feelings is one of the most important practices. Feelings lift our self-consciousness out of the sensual, emotional, intellectual level to the creative, feely level. Love can lift us even to the spiritual level. Children are still 80% soul and 20% ego. Children express feelings a lot, in particular happiness. Puberty changes that in the favor of emotions, in particular sexuality. When we grow older, we return to feelings. Societies become human through the cultivation of feelings in culture and laws. For instance, laws protect people from the greed of others, whereby greed is an emotion. Art has a huge impact on culture, in particular music. Pause and think for a moment about the peaceful, collective emotional revolution brought about by rock music. The secrets of personal and cosmic love. Venus rules Netzach. Venus is the goddess of love. Her influence bestows creative people with fondness of beauty, art, and harmony. Netzach is a warm sephira. You can attune to it by choosing to be happy and kind, by cultivating love and gratitude, by observing the beauty of the divine expression in all things great and small, and by living a purposeful life. This is the secret of love. We want to be loved, but much more so do we want to love someone. If our heart can't love someone, it feels miserable. Love is unconditional, or it's not love. We love from the inside out. The heart loves like the sun shines, unconditional and indiscriminate. Our soul doesn't need to learn how to love. It's an innate ability. When we were children, we loved a lot. But when we got caught up in the struggle for survival and negativity, we abandoned love. The pearl before swine, we thought. We turned from innocent, lovely children into disillusioned, or maybe even cynic adults. Our ego may have abundant love, but our soul has continued to love like a sun shines behind a cloudy sky. As we grow older and learn to appreciate both good and bad experiences, the cloud upon the sanctuary dissolves. We rediscover our ability to love unconditionally and return to love. Netzach is the sphere of personal love. Chesed, which is above Netzach on the tree of life, is the sphere of cosmic love. Netzach and Chesed connect through the 21st path, called the intelligence of the desirous quest. The 10th tarot card, the Wheel of Fortune, illustrates that card. Through the 21st path, we synchronize personal and cosmic love. When we accomplish that, we realize that love is limitless. Chesed is a hidden, inexhaustible reservoir of love which we can tap and distribute. The more transparent we are, the more love we can channel. The emblem of transparency is the magician. We can use the magician as an image of Tiferet. See the roses above him? They symbolize cosmic love. Mind that the color of the roses is complementary to the blue chesed. The roses below the magician symbolize the personal love of Netzach. The lilies symbolize knowledge, which the magician gains through experiences. The lilies correspond to hold. Philosophy. The Enlightenment grade assigned to Netzach is Philosophus, which means philosopher. We are used to think of philosophy as a rational affair, and that philosophy is in the business of creating bodies of thoughts or belief systems. But true philosophizing requires that we rise above belief systems. Philosophizing means to think outside cognitive boxes and create new ideas. And for that, we need to rise to the level of Netzach. Philosophy means love of wisdom. As you can see, love rules philosophy too. At the heart of every philosophy is that which the philosopher loves. The core of hedonism is the love of happiness. The core of Marxism is a humanitarian love. The core of positivism is the love of that which was, is, and will be. The woman in the tarot card, the Empress, is Venus. To this tarot card, the opposites of wisdom and folly are assigned. Wise people create, maintain, and evolve their philosophies. It is a folly to use philosophies as a shelter. In Netzach, we acquire creative artistic refinement, appreciation for wisdom, and the capacity to love to the fullest. Netzach rules our personality, whether we know it or not. Love rules our personality, whether we know it or not. Thank you for watching this episode of Between the Pillars. I hope you enjoyed it and discovered an inspiration or two. Please help to spread the light with a like and a share. And don't forget to subscribe. Love and light.